You are listening to Sprint or Die Radio, delivering the knowledge on all things speed training, coaching development, and life lessons. Passion perpetuates purpose. Here is your host, Hunter Charneski.
All right, welcome back to Sprint or Die Radio. I am your host, Hunter Charneski, and today we are talking about how to sell agility without selling out. Because if I were willing to bet, you want to grow your business, you want to reach more athletes, and you want to make more money, right? Because people literally have to buy what you sell in order to do the former points, right? In order to reach more athletes, you're going to have to sell something. In order to grow your business, you're going to have to sell something, okay? So how do we sell agility without being a complete sellout, right? Still feeling good morally. Selling agility training services ethically, the right way. How do we do that? Well, the first thing we need to recognize is that there's a huge obstacle in your path. And you probably can guess who it is. It's the functional trainer. It's those sport-specific coaches in the industry that make me sick because they prey on athletes and parents who are unconsciously incompetent, right? They prey on those who don't know any better, right? Clowns like Antonio Brown's trainer, right? People like that make me sick. They make me sick, right? They're taking the sport and bringing it into the weight room, the track, the gym, whatever, and they're selling that because it's sexy and it looks cool. And so the parents and the kids, they don't know any better. So they reach for their wallet and they can't get their credit cards out fast enough. It makes me sick. It makes me absolutely sick. Right? And if it isn't the sport-specific coaches out there, those jokes, right? It's the same guy or girl that's telling you that you need to be specializing, right? Why are you going to so-and-so at the gym? You better have a baseball bat in your hands when you're doing this stuff, right? If you're not doing RDLs with a basketball, you're wasting your time. Like, are you shitting me? Right? People that think agility is the end-all be-all, that's all you're going to do. So that's all they do in their programs. And then they wonder why the kids are A, slow, right? And B, are constantly dealing with ankle, knee, hip pain, right? Because as we've talked about on previous episodes, folks, the majority of change of direction, agility, drills are extremely hard on your ankles, knees, and hips and joints, right? The cutting, planting, twisting, right? But it's these freaking idiots selling you this because, hey, that's what you do in your sport, so why aren't you doing it here? Because kids will burn out. Because kids will develop overuse issues. Why does a volleyball player need to be operating in a phone booth, jumping up and down for an hour in your agility program? She doesn't, because she's going to get that in her sport, you freaking moron. Right? So all you're doing is hurting the kids. Right? And the really, I'm making air quotes again, right? The really good ones in the industry, those sports specific coaches, those functional bastards, right? They're actually good people for the most part, right? From a relationship standpoint, developing relationships with parents, knowing, liking, trusting. So the parents develop a relationship with them, like, hey, this is our guy, this is our girl, right? We're this, okay. So then when these injuries and these overuse onsets, right, start to develop in the kids, the parents just continue to go to this person, right? Well, this person obviously isn't the problem, right? My son, who's a running back, is doing nothing but cuts in practice. Then we take him to the gym with our trainer, and then he or she's got him doing cuts and stuff for an hour, and then we wonder why he's got an MCL sprain, and well, it's obviously not the trainer, right? He's not trying to do too much of a good thing, is he? No, of course not, right? So then they keep giving the kids to the trainer that keeps hurting them, right? Instead of getting better, right, both from a health and a performance standpoint, and then the idiot trainer continues to bill you every step of the way, while the child's career in sports is coming to a halt, if not getting flushed down the fucking toilet. Seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Right? Thomas and Colton were up there with me in Michigan. We saw it happen in front of our own eyes. 12-year-old, 13-year-old girls worn out, burnt out from softball, developed a hate for it, not to mention the knee problems, dislocating knees. Like, are you kidding me? At 12 and 13 years old? Overuse injuries from an iliac crest that's degenerating from repeated jumping. Are you shitting me? 14-year-old girl. Right? So that's what we're up against. That's what we're up against. Right? So that's the huge obstacle in our path, which stresses you out, right? Of course you get stressed out. You get stressed out because you don't like to see kids that way, I would hope, right? You don't want to see a child suffering. Children don't deserve to suffer like this, right? And then you're also not only stressed about the kids, about your business, but like why? What is the root of that stress? Money, right? Because you do have a business to run, right? You do need to keep the lights on. And if some jackass down the street is taking all the business from you, right? Or even in competition, that's money out of your pocket. It's bullshit. Right? Because he or she's taking money out of your pocket and they're hurting kids at the same time, either knowingly or not, right? And I'm not sure which is worse, to be ignorant or just to be incompetent. I don't know. I don't know, right? I don't know which one's worse. It's because, I mean, maybe I'm old-fashioned. I don't know. I think it's just playing around for these idiots to be taking your money. Right? The chance to grow your business, the chance to help kids. Right? You deserve to be equipped to handle this obstacle, to deal with this nonsense. I mean, it's fucking bullshit that there's trainers out there who have 70,000 followers on Instagram. They get a high profile athlete, and that's what kids gravitate to, is the bullshit that they see on Instagram, because there's a jackass doing something sexy that gets a lot of clicks, a lot of likes, a lot of shares, right? And it has a negative trickle-down effect on the good coaches like yourself who are running a business with integrity to help children and to make a living for your family and your trainers as well that work for you. right? I've been in your shoes. Used to own a gym. Saw it every day. Right? I remember having almost weekly. And again, maybe I'm too sensitive about this stuff, but I remember having team meetings almost weekly. And we would talk about this stuff, right? We would talk. We had a "Have you seen me?" segment in our meetings from kids that we haven't seen in a while. Right? All right. Have you seen me? Who do we need to reach out to? Well, A, B, and C. Well, why? Where have they been? Well, they've been seeing this other sports-specific guy in town who works strictly with baseball catchers, right? Softball infielders. He works with them. And if somebody ended up on that "Have you seen me" thing, more often than not, A, we lost them, so we lost their business. B, they developed injuries. And C, they grew a disdain for their sport. Are you kidding me? Right? So I know how you're feeling. I know how frustrating this is. Okay? And why, Hunter, you used to own a gym, right? You don't own a gym now, bro. Right? Why the hell should we listen to you? Because I made enough money to give it away. Right? Money isn't a bad thing, folks. And we'll definitely talk about that on an upcoming episode. Right? But how do we sell? So what's the process? What's the plan? What's the system? How do you sell agility without selling out? Without being a fucking douchebag? Right? The 3 ways that have worked the best for me in the past. 1, lead with integrity. Is it that hard to not be a douchebag? Right? To be educated? To be a nice person? Right? As Michael Boyle would say, to be a certified nice person, right? Be a CNP. Lead with integrity. Be honest. Right? I can't tell you, because there were more than a handful of times where, I can remember it like it's yesterday, on the phone with a prospect, right? Their parent, the athlete's parent, and they're saying, well, do you guys work with middle school soccer players? Or do you guys work with basketball? Or how is this going to help with my son's football? Right? Just be very honest with them. Say, well, we're not the sports-specific gym. That's not us. We believe in raising general qualities like speed, power, strength, raising their overall level of conditioning. And if we do so, how will that not only help your son's football playing ability, your daughter's volleyball playing ability? Right? Simple. There's nothing salesy about that. And that's when it comes down to sales, you're not even selling. You're just telling the fucking truth. We're going to focus on getting your daughter stronger. We're going to focus on getting her faster. We're going to focus on getting her leaner. And we think, based on our experience, that will only help her ability on the basketball court to be a better player. Need you say any more? Right? And there are some grinders who will dig and dig and dig. Yeah, well, he really needs better footwork, and we're going to be, wanting that in your program if we're going to proceed. Lead with your integrity. Don't bend. Just be very honest with them. All right, well, it's our philosophy that we're going to focus on the general qualities, and we'll leave the sport-specific stuff to their sport coaches. And if that's what you're looking for, well, then we're honestly just not the best place for Chase. for Billy. Right? Maybe we're just not the right fit. And when you come out and say that, you'll be amazed how many times parents will back up and go, whoa. Well, I mean, when can we come in for an intake interview? Right? I can't tell you how many times that's happened. I'm just shooting straight with a parent. Like, well, maybe Jimmy isn't a bad person, but, maybe we're just a bad fit. Be amazed how quickly parents change their tune when they hear that, right? Well, we're looking for a certain type of athlete here. That's worried about getting stronger, faster, quicker, more explosive. And if that doesn't sound like it's something that you guys are looking for, then maybe we're just not a good fit. Maybe you're just not who we're looking for. Period. Right? So lead with integrity. Right? Number 2 would be consider yourself a doctor almost, right? You're prescribing, right? You're the fucking expert. You are the expert, not the dumbass standing across from you, right? Not the jackass down the street, right? You are the expert, right? They came to you looking for a solution to their problem. You are the expert. They are there, ready to buy what you are selling. And how do you know they're ready to buy? Because they're standing right in front of you. So be the doctor. Lay it out for them. Okay, well, I'm going to collect some data on Jimmy. All right, we're going to bring him through our intake process. I want to know a little bit more about his goals. All right, any sort of past injuries, medical stuff. All right, then after we do our intake, I will then prescribe what is the next best option for Jimmy moving forward. Right? Simple. Come in for the intake interview. We'll collect data, and then we'll begin your program. Right? And then lastly would be, if you haven't read the book, Crucial Conversations, you need to do yourself a favor. Read the book, Crucial Conversations. Right? There's two ways I like to use Crucial Conversations. One would be start with heart, state the facts, then come to a shared mutual purpose. So if you have a grinder of a parent or a prospect who's really pushing this agility / sports specificity thing down your throat, right? Start with heart, state the facts, come to a shared mutual purpose. Listen, I can appreciate that you want what's best for your son or daughter. And sports specificity is important. Start with heart. However, there's a time and a place for sports specificity, and it's not in the gym. In the gym, we're going to focus on qualities that are general in nature: strength, power, speed, that will only help them once they are on the field. State the facts. So knowing that, which is the best program that we can start for Jimmy today in order to get him where he wants to go this season? Come to a shared mutual purpose. Bingo. Okay. The other would be contrasting, where the author talks about using phrases like "it is not my intention to," "it is only my intention to," right? So for an example, it would be like, say something like, "Listen, it isn't my intention to tell you how to parent, right? To tell you how to do your job as guardian of this child. It is only my intention to share with you our experience and what we find has worked best for athletes who are seeking sports specificity." Right? So start with heart, state the facts, come to a shared mutual purpose, as well as contrasting. Okay? I mean, So I share that with you to help you, right? I don't share that with you because I'm some freaking sales guru. I'm not, right? Because when it comes to sales, it's just telling the truth. That's it, right? I don't think there's anything salesy about a sales call. If you're a human being, right? It's not business to consumer, right? It's human being to human being. And you're just telling them the truth. That's all. Okay. So, in review, how to sell agility without selling out. Lead with integrity. Be the doctor in crucial conversations for the win, folks. That's all I got for you today. In the meantime, if you want to set up a call with me to discuss some of these obstacles in your path and how we get through them, right? If you have anything agility-wise that needs to be tidied up, if you have anything speed-related that you would like me to take a look at, set up a call with me. Go to my website, SharonskiPower.com, fill out the consult form, and I'll be in touch after that. In the meantime, and I'll put this in the show notes, or if you're not on my email list, please get on there by downloading the 3 P's of Speed on my website. But I'll put this in the show notes. That's my next book coming out, Speed Stratum, Layering Ground Contact Qualities. I'll put the waiting list in the show notes. That's going to be coming out soon. Just waiting for a special someone who I respect very much so in the industry to be writing the foreword. And then we will be on our way. So that's all I got for today. How to sell agility without selling out. Lead with integrity. Be the doctor. Crucial conversations for the win. Passion perpetuates purpose. I'll see you next time.
This week's episode of Sprinter Die Radio has now come to an end. Make sure to set your podcatcher now and never miss another second. And remember, passion perpetuates purpose. Join us again next time.